Diddy was just hit with 2 new lawsuits. And these 2 new cases are a part of Tony Buzbee's 10 or more drop of lawsuits against Diddy just this week. And these 2 lawsuits against Diddy are actually connected because they are both friends claiming that they were essayed by Diddy at the same time. The first lawsuit is a Jane Doe that claims that Diddy offered her $2,000 to serve as a bottle girl at one of his parties. He then provided clothes for her to wear and gave her a drink to consume, and the drink was apparently laced with a substance. She then was allegedly essayed by Diddy and his associates at Diddy's direction. In the 1980s through the 1990s, this Jane Doe was a part of the hip-hop scene that was developing in New York City. She appeared in numerous music videos for various hip-hop artists and participated in other projects within the industry. As a result of her being in the industry, this Jane Doe crossed paths with Diddy numerous times, and she allegedly suffered several instances of SA at Diddy's hands while traveling to other states, including California. In 1997, she was encouraged to attend a party at Diddy's house in the Hamptons by a DJ friend known as Scoop, who told her that she could earn $2,000 working as a bottle girl if she attended the party. She was driven to the Hamptons, arriving at a large upscale gathering with guests dressed in white. Her and others were provided black dresses to wear, and they were taken to separate rooms while they were waiting to be called to the main party. While they waited, Diddy entered the room, encouraging everybody to take drinks from the coolers and offering substances. She said after consuming one drink, she began to feel woozy, slipping in and out of consciousness. She said while she was in this state, she recalls seeing several of Diddy's male associates. She then alleged she was SA'd by Diddy's associates at Diddy's direction while Diddy was present. She alleged that she remembers seeing Diddy fully unclothed at one point and witnessing Diddy have physical relations with another man. She believed that the SA was videotaped, and she later reached out to Diddy and requested that he delete the video, but Diddy allegedly refused. She also says that a separate SA happened in the late 1990s in New York when she attended an event hosted by Diddy at Limelight nightclub in New York City. Diddy organized this event, and it was spanning 5 floors of the club, with the top 2 floors dedicated to special parties involving groups of people engaging in physical activities allegedly directed by Diddy. She said that she attended this party with 2 of her friends, and at one point her friends went upstairs and they began arguing, leaving her downstairs alone. She said that she attempted to leave, but Diddy stopped her and stated that she couldn't leave without her friends. Her friends returned with Diddy along with his security guard, and they took her and her friends from Limelight to the Trump Hotel in Midtown Manhattan in the early morning hours. Neither her or her friends wished to go, but Diddy made it clear that they didn't have a choice. After arriving at the hotel, her and her friends were taken to the penthouse suite where additional men have joined Diddy. She said that her and her friend were held in that room without the ability to leave. They were given substances and forced to partake in group activities during which she was SA'd over the next several hours. After Diddy and the other men were allegedly finished SAing them, Diddy allowed her and her friend to leave the hotel. This next lawsuit is the friend of the other Jane Doe who also filed a lawsuit against Diddy, and she is claiming that Diddy gave her substances and prohibited her from leaving and forced her to have physical relations with others while he watched. In the 1980s through the 1990s, this Jane Doe was a part of the hip-hop scene that was developing in New York City, and she appeared in numerous music videos for various hip-hop artists and was employed as a hip-hop dancer for live productions, as well as having roles in major motion pictures. Throughout her time in the New York hip-hop scene, she encountered Diddy at various events, including parties he was sponsoring as a party promoter or industry events that he was hosting. She alleged on numerous occasions during her interactions with Diddy, they turned violent and resulted her being subject to SA, coercion, abuse, and violence either at the hands of Diddy or at Diddy's direction. In the 1990s, she attended a private shadow party at 28th Street and 8th Avenue on the west side of New York City. Diddy allegedly hosted this party, which took place at a two-story bar. There were a large group of people that she believed was dangerous and connected to a criminal or gang activity that were present at this party, making her feel uncomfortable and unsafe. She said she attempted to leave this party, but Diddy would not allow her to do so. Rather, he made it clear to her that she would be forced to participate in a group activity that was happening at the party. She said at this point she started to feel like she had been given some type of substance, and Diddy allegedly forced her to participate in these acts, both with him and with other people at this party. She then alleged that she was SA'd a second time at Diddy's hands, and it happened at a party at a multi-story nightclub called Limelight in New York City in the late 1990s. This story right here is the same story that her friend was talking about in her lawsuit, saying that she was also involved in. She was with several friends and attended this party at Limelight thrown by Diddy. The guests were partying on all 5 floors of the club. The 2 top floors of the club were exclusively occupied by group physical relation parties, where individuals were allegedly engaging in these activities at the direction of or in participation with Diddy. Time of this party, this woman was dating Diddy's security guard. She and the security guard had a heated disagreement during the party, and Diddy intervened and told her to go back to the room and wait. A short while later, Diddy's security guard entered the room and slapped her in the face. Diddy allegedly continued to detain her and her friends until the early morning hours, when Diddy and his security guard took her and her friends to the Trump Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. At this penthouse, she was put into a room with a security guard who SA'd her while Diddy allegedly watched. She believes that her friends and her were forced to take the party drug. Both women were forced to engage in these group activities that she did not want to participate in, but Diddy allegedly made it clear that they had no choice and that they weren't allowed to leave. After several more hours in this penthouse, Diddy finally allowed her and her friend to leave. Diddy's lawsuits are literally keeping me on my toes today. Right after I covered the first one that he got hit with today, then these 2 lawsuits dropped against him. And we know that these are just 2 out of over 10 lawsuits that Tony Buzbee is filing against Diddy this week. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.